Hello, welcome back to the Retired Farm Boy channel. My name is Jeff. Today's video is retirement is better than I expected so far. So I want to go into a little bit of in-depth here about the reasons I feel that way. But before I do, I want to get something out of the way here. I love getting comments and questions from you. I got a question about this Christmas tree back behind me here. Why does it have a Y and an O on it? Well, to answer that question, on the other side of the tree is a J. So it's J-O-Y, joy. You might even want to say, why have you got a Christmas tree up? Well, that's my wife there. She loves putting them up early. But mystery solved on the word on the tree is joy. Speaking of joy, I wanted to pass along some background here. Most of you probably remember, or if you don't, I'll tell you here again. I retired at the end of June in 2022. I worked for 37 years in the information technology field. Now, in high school, I was a big reader. I still am. But back then I got to reading some magazines on this new field that was opening up and starting to grow big time of the computer industry. I was so intrigued with it and, didn't really have anybody else to talk about it because we didn't have computers in our high school. So I decided to go to college to get a computer science degree on a field that I had never even used a computer before in my life before I went there. So it worked out very good for me. It was a great field, great match for me, very challenging, which is something that I enjoy, is to be challenged. And it obviously is, I got to see it grow from the very beginning up until now. So it's amazing how far it's come. So my expectations for retirement coming in were, I've had this great career that I really had a lot of great stories and memories of, and I wanted to continue that going into retirement. So I was thinking about things like, try to get some bucket list items out of the way, right? You didn't have time to do a lot of them when you're working. In my case, I wanted to take up some hobbies, golf as an example. I wanted to grow my sheep herd. For those of you that may know, I have had a sheep herd on my little farm that I have, and I was wanting to try to see if I could grow it and make my operation a little more efficient as when I was able to be there all the time instead of just being a part-time farmer. So I accomplished most of those goals, but my thinking evolved over time in retirement. I don't want to be as busy. Just be plain and simple. Not saying I'm lazy, but I don't want to be as busy. So, although I was able to grow my sheep operation, as an example, to the largest that I'd ever had it, it was too much. I didn't want to do that anymore. I didn't want to be as busy. I wanted to have more free time, and I was just adding more work to myself by getting my herd bigger. It took a lot of the time, and I was gaining by not working. So going to the gym was another thing. I was going for like 3 hours a day, 3 days a week. Sometimes I'd even go on Saturday or Sunday afternoon. So spending way too much time in the gym, so I've cut myself back now as an example on that. An hour and a half is all I will let myself go when I go to the gym. I still try to go 3 days a week, but an hour and a half is the most that I will do. If I reach that hour and a half limit and I'm still there, I just quit and leave at that time. So my sheep herd, I sold the last of my sheep in September, so I've gotten completely out of that. And I just want to take things slower. So I don't want to get in as big a hurry of doing things like I used to. It will be there tomorrow if I don't do it today. There's nobody else to do it. So I still have a couple of physical challenges that I have left to do, but if I don't get to them, no regrets. I mean, I've done a lot of things in my life that I'm, can look back on and have good memories of. So after I started getting this level of wanting to slow down, wanting to not be as busy and have more time, I got to thinking about what I've learned and why retirement is better than I expected it to be. And it really was after I got to that point. And if you think about it, retirement's the first time since our childhood that we were actually feel free of stress, and we could pretty much do what we wanted to do. We could have fun. That was our goal, have fun. And retirement is somewhat like that. You know, you want to have that freedom. You don't want to be stressed. You want to have fun. You want to get back to that. There's no titles. There's no statuses anymore. We all put the same thing in that line on paperwork that we fill out, from time to time. When it says occupation, we all put the same thing, retired. So we're very much equal. I want to expand upon that a little bit, because I think when I got to that point of realizing that we're all equal, we're all the same, we're all retired. Back to my childhood example, I go back to that and use that. You know, we're all the same now, but when we were kids, I know our parents had different jobs. Our parents had different titles. We came from different neighborhoods, some richer, some poor. But when we were on the playground, we were all the same. We're just a kid, right? And that's the way it is in retirement, That's the way I think of it. It's helped me put it in a perspective. Now, how did I get here? Or what made it so hard for me to get here? Maybe I lost a little bit of my ego. I don't know. Maybe I lost some of the jealousy to some extent that I might have had when I was working and trying to keep up with somebody else or something. Maybe I'm just realizing that I'm satisfied with what I did and what I've accomplished. And, I'm not going to add any more to my retirement funds. I'm going to be taken out of my retirement funds. I am where I am, so enjoy it. Be satisfied with that. You deserve it. I feel like I'm more calm now. I don't get upset. I laugh a little bit when I ride with people and they get in traffic jams and they get irritated and stuff. It doesn't even really bother me. But so I have that calmness, I have an understanding of how things are, now that I never had before. And, I feel like there's at peace with things. I work with my son. He does the hay on my farm and his land as well as other land. And so I help him from time to time do things. And he is in such a rush, probably exactly the way I was when I was farming part-time through most of my life. He's in such a rush to get things done. And he gets so irritated if things don't go the way he expects them to go. A piece of machinery breaks and things like that. And, it's like, it doesn't even bother me, and I think it upsets him that it doesn't bother me, but that's the way it's become for me. So that's why retirement is much better for me now. I don't get as upset. Every day, do something meaningful, or maybe do nothing at all. It's okay either way, right? Just like when we were kids. We could do something, or we might not do nothing. We were just trying to have fun. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you haven't subscribed, I wish you would. Think about it. Hit the like button if you like this video and the notification bell so that you can get notified of my future videos. So until next time, something that I say a lot, retirement is great. Thank you.